So now we have two interfaces. They both have their particular implementations. One is going to a database, one is going to an XML document. The data models look somewhat compatible, and perhaps we could build one in terms of the other. Let's see if we could create adapters that can bridge the gap between these two representations. So first, let's start with with one that adapts a DB implementation to an XML, meaning someone is expecting XML, but I have a DB implementation, right? Or the vice versa, right? I have an XML implementation, but someone is expecting JSON or some database query. Yes? So we want to minimize any disruption for folks who already have code that are expecting all these interfaces and whatnot, right? So let's start off with creating a DB to XML adapter, right? So in here, right, we'll create a new package. We'll call it adapters, right? And we'll have two adapters. One of them, right, is going to be it's going to be a class that's, notice, it's going to extend the implementation of the course DB DAO, right? So it's going to have the repository, is going to be able to actually go to a database and whatnot, yes? But whoever's going to use this, it doesn't really care about the database. It's expecting XML, right? It's expecting courses that contain course elements in there, yes? Right? So what we want to be able to do is write one in terms of the other. So let's do that, and we're going to use the delegate pattern, right? We're going to have an instance of the other implementation, right? And we're going to delegate all the function, all the calls, all the invocations to the old interface in terms of this new implementation. Yes? So let's start off, and so we'll do a DB to XML adapter. So this is what is it? DB to XML adapter. Right? So this class is going to inherit. Oops. So it extends my course DB DAO, meaning I have all the behaviors of talking to a database, I have my repository, right? I have all that, but somebody's expecting another interface, right? It's expecting the course XML DAO, right? They're expecting the other one, the read XML course document, right? And whatnot, right? So this is complaining because I'm not implementing any of this just yet. So let's do the implementation, implement the methods. So there they are. Right? So we need to forward calls to this so that are written in terms of the other one, right? And to do that, right, we're going to use a delegate pattern for the implementation of the course DB DAO. So course DB DAO, here's the DAO, right? And we're going to write this course XML document in terms of this DAO. So this DAO, what does it do? Let's see, we have what? We have a find all courses. What does that do? That comes back with a list of courses, right? Courses, right? Let's see. Yep. Right? And what we could do is perhaps instantiate a new instance of courses. We can say course. So this is courses 1, I guess. This is courses, new courses. And courses, we can set the courses with these courses that we just read from the database. And then we can just return the courses. Right? So basically what we've done is that we've implemented one in terms of the other. Right? And folks who still want to use the old interface could still use this. Right? But it will be implemented in this new implementation using the database. Right? The other one, this is retrieving one single course. Well, that's easy, right? We can just use just return. Right? We can just do a return DAO dot find course by ID and pass in the course ID as an argument and just return that that course, right? So that's trivial. Yes?
Why are we extending the, I don't remember the name of the class, but we're using composition, right? So why are we also extending that same class?
True. We could just use the inheritance. I just wanted to demonstrate that we can using the delegate pattern. But yes, we could use the one that we're extending. Yep. Yep. Right now I could perhaps make this available for everyone else to instantiate and inject, right? I can convert this into a service, right? And other folks could inject it. Ooh, I forgot here. Well, if we're going to use this delegate, we're going to have to auto-wire this, right? And someone's going to have to inject this. We'll need to know which one. It's confused. Which one do you mean? Notice that it's confused because now there's two classes who are implementing or the actual course DB DAO, and there's this brand new one who's also extending it. So it's also a course DBO. So this one's confused, saying, well, which one do you mean? Right? Do you mean this DB to XML adapter, which inherits from that class? Or do you mean the course DB DAO, which is the base class? Which one do you mean? Which one do you want me to inject? Right? So we need to qualify and say, I want to use the one whose name is value course DB DAO. There we go. Okay, I mean the one that I gave it a name. Right? I mean that one. I want that one to instantiate here. All right, so we can create a controller that uses this brand new. It's going to look the controller is going to look almost identical to this course 3, right? And instead of course 2, it'll be course 3. It'll be the same interface, but instead of using this course XML DAO, right, it's going to use this brand new one, this new adapter. The adapter is called, what was it called? DB to XML adapter. So adapter, or I guess we could give it just DAO. Okay. Notice that the interface is the same. Notice that the client was written, did not change. Right? I didn't have to use finders. I didn't have to. It's written in terms of the old interface, but internally it's implemented with the other one. We'll call this courses 3, and let's try to compile this. See if this blows up. And I have 30 seconds. And it failed. Okay. Great ending. Excellent. Thank you. We'll come back.